This is a tale of two food plots. Now, this same plot I'm standing in, where those deer that you just saw came in, and yeah, they were close. Does, I'm not really in the doe shooting mode yet. Had a nice buck cruise through at about 60. But I want you to see what a no-till plot of clover and brassicas looks like after 30 straight days of drought. This is 30 days of drought. Alright, I had clover popped up everywhere. I had brassicas coming up, some nice turnips. We get real close here occasionally where I got shade. You can still see remnants of what the clover looked like. Alright, that was everywhere. Now I've got bare dirt. The only thing that's drawing these deer are these persimmons and this pin oak right here. Look at the trees after 30 days of drought. See that yellowing? That's not fall color. That's drought. We haven't had a significant rain here in over 30 days. So what am I doing in this plot that I planted to brassicas and clover? Well, I'm replanting. Alright, doubled up the rate because I'm top sowing right on top of the ground. I'm doing it ahead of what is supposedly going to be rain. Yeah, it'd been so long, that stuff that falls from the sky, I'd kind of forgotten what you called it. But I'm praying, Lord, please let us get a good rain out of this. Thought we were going to get it out of the hurricane. No go. And God bless the folks in Florida. I hate that you had that, but I did think we'd get some moisture off it. Let's go take a look at the other plot. The plot that I made a much better decision on. Can you drought proof a plot? No, but you can make it drought resistant. And the big ticket to drought resistance is Abruzzi Rye. And we're fixing to go look at it and see what it's looking like. Now, I consulted with my protege on this, what to plant, when to plant, but unfortunately, once you get past establishing who's a good boy, he's not much help. Alright, this is a plot I call Kmart because it's a little scrubby. You never see the quality of deer there that I do in my back plot, which we call Walmart. It's a little better. We don't have a Kroger or Target on this farm, but you know, we do what we can. This one I planted to Abruzzi Rye, cereal rye. There's a lot of confusion over what ryegrass versus annual. This is an annual rye. Alright, it's a cereal rye. People call it different names. It's Abruzzi by definition here in the South. That's the brand name. Now, let's check it out. This is 30 days of zero precipitation. Just dew. Not only is the stuff alive, get one rain, it's going to take off. 30 days of drought and we're still green. This is out in the open, it's full sun. There's nothing to knock it off until late in the afternoon. Checking these out. We may get some of that rain. Oh Lord, please help us to get some rain, but let's look at this plot. We're still green. Now, what you're not seeing is the crimson clover. Because crimson is tough, but it can't take 30 days with no moisture. Okay, there's one little clover plant that made it. I would say we've lost 2/3 of the clover out of this field. Alright, but this Abruzzi Rye, wow, still green, and if we can get some rain, it's going to come out of the dehydrator and take off. Like pouring water on a grease fire. Boom, it's going to go. Now, what can we do? Drought proofing. Number one, if you can no-till, no-till. You're going to bank that moisture. You don't let it all up out of the soil. It infiltrates, and whatever rain you do get, you keep it. and it lasted a lot longer. This field was no-tilled for about 5 years. I had to lightly go across the top because of hog damage, but as you can see, it still held a lot of moisture. You saw on the one that was Brassicas, it's dead. Everything in there died, so I just lost the money, lost the effort. All right, no-till if possible. 2, plant crops that are drought resistant. If you suspect you could have a drought in your area, plant drought resistant crops. For me, ooh, that wind's picking up. Might be getting a little shower. The best thing is the Abruzzi Rye. It's tougher than wheat. I learned that a couple of years ago. We had 20 days of it 100 degrees, and all of it didn't live, but some of it did. Plant something that is known for drought resistance. For me, that's Abruzzi Rye, and deer eat it just as good as they do wheat or anything else. I think some of this crimson's going to live too. And 3, if you got means to put water to it, put water to it. If you don't, places that hold or retain bottomlands, you got a little shade, evening shade that comes on, that can help take you from replanting, which I just did, to not having to. Now, if you did notice the t-shirt, Hunt Happy, I'm going to give just a little plug for Hunt Happy, and the little plug is this. This is my way of saying, I used to get all worked up about somebody killed a 10-pointer right next door. Jimmy killed a giant over and that's good. And rather than be happy for Jimmy, I was kind of a little ticked off and a little jealous, and I put in all this time and all that. I did. So what? Hunt Happy. Hogs destroyed my food plot. I'm gonna replant it. Hunt Happy. Politically, things are as bad now as they've ever been. I'm still gonna Hunt Happy, because when I'm sitting in a tree stand, I'm not thinking about anything other than enjoying the good Lord's creation. You guys check us out on Farm Focused. There is a Harvest Enter, Harvest 22 to get 22% off all merch. And a little tip of the hat again to Scent Thief, that stuff's changed the way I hunt, honestly. Alright, good luck, Hunt Happy. See you next time on the Whitetail Cartel. Hopefully we'll be dragging out a big one. Okay, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's gonna plant rye? Who's gonna plant rye? Nothing.